fucking run away, see niggas thought a nigga geeking. More than please, no drama, long as we keep it on camera, just all a nigga seeking. This all of me, oh mama, flipping on me, won't prosper, and I ain't even cheating. She like, love me on the slow.
So you know what I'm saying? And again, it was a Jan lecture.
She sounds when she go low.
You know what I'm saying? It was straight up a Jan lecture. Where he was actually breaking down creativity. You know what I'm saying? I like, yo, Professor Jang, bro, like, I actually see, you know what I'm saying, why he's been having his moment on the net, like, in terms of, you know, his insights. I don't know whether these are, what do they call these things? What is it, that thing that they teach in schools, bro? Come on, bro, something, say it in the comments. Syllabus, right? I don't know if these is some kind of syllabus that he puts together, since he is a high school teacher, you know, or whatever, but his insights are kind of good, bro, kind of deep. They kind of make sense. Things like this, they're not just like trivially deep or just yo, my god, okay, that feels good, that information feels good, or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But actually makes sense. Yo, he was breaking down creativity. I would source the video, my bad, y'all. I would source the video and give y'all where I caught it, but sometimes I just like catch myself watching Jiang videos, and you know, he just goes through a point that I think is really insightful, right? He was like, yo, creativity is actually creativity is for the imperfect, if you think about it, right? No, it's the aspect of the imperfect that you know, that requires creativity to, you know, in terms of what, reaching towards its perfection. Damn, that was so hard getting that out. Let me try that one more time. So, you know, creativity is for the imperfect so that they could reach beyond their imperfection towards striving towards this perfection, right? Because if, you know, when something, it's like that whole saying, if it's broke, don't fix it. If it's broke, don't no, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Oh my god. Yo, my fault, gang.
I'm tripping. I had to go back on it. I had to go back on it. My bad, chat. My apologies. I'm tripping. I had to go back on it. I just had a brain fart.
Facts. Look, I'm saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Why would people say that? Because if it's broken, that's when it does need fixing. And for something to be fixed, it may require your creativity. Creativity, man. You get what I'm trying to say, nigga. I'm trying to make it sound sexy, nigga. Some sexy sounds for you. It's too far. Alright, my fault. Let me get it together. Right? For you to fix something, it's like you gotta put 2 and 2 together type. You know? Like it doesn't, like, and this whole creativity thing, right? I feel like we gotta look at it from an angle where it doesn't mean you'll come up with like this unique art or something that looks like this. This is really crazy, bro. I really find myself sometimes just like staring at these kind of visuals. You know what I'm saying, just for the hell of it. But you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean like come up with something like this, like a third eye or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But nothing like, you know, alienic or super different, out of this world. It's like, yo, bruh, like solving a problem, right? Thinking about solving a problem and getting that problem solved. You created a way for the problem to be solved at that moment. It's like saying, yo, right, calculate 2 times 2 for me right quick. Right, calculate it. Right, for example, I came to you with the problem, yo, I need this calculation right quick. You provided the answer, right? You created a way for me to get to a solution. You created a way, you created a way for me to see the solution. not see the solution. Get to the solution. Whatever the case, look, you didn't create the answer. I want you to get me. You're not creating the answer. It's like when somebody is like lost. You literally created the path by instructing them, right? You've enlightened the path. You've created the, oh my God, I don't want to say you've created the answer. You've created the direction in them seeing the answer. I'm talking about creativity in that form. Catch that. I need you to catch that, because it's easy. It would be easy for you to misconstrue that. You see what I'm saying? Your car breaks down, bro, like, or whatever, like the window is chipped, and then there's a little like hole in it, you know what I'm saying, from it being chipped. Little hole on the window, on the windscreen, on the windshield, whatever. Bro, you take a piece of gum and you cover that shit. Like, you just cover it because it's raining so much, and you only doing that so that you can temporarily just like make it through the journey, you know what I'm saying, like just make it home, you know what I'm saying. For that temporary time, bro, you created some sort of solution, bro. Come on, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Number one, you didn't create the gum. Number two, you might have not created the chip or the windshield and how it gets chipped or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that kind of creativity is for the imperfect. You got to constantly be tapped into your creativity if you know that you're imperfect, because you kind of are striving to, you know, towards a level of perfection, so to speak. I mean, I look at the world that we live in, you know what I'm saying? I see a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you see it too, a whole bunch of people striving towards something, you know what I'm saying, trying to better their present moment, trying to expand their current situations in whatever aspect. You see what I'm saying? It's like we are striving, yes, it is striving to be better, striving to be like, you know, different versions of ourselves. However we see it, the best versions of it, like whatever, right? And so, like, if you listen to today's narrative, it's almost like, not almost, but it's literally not encouraged to just like, you know, sit on your ass and not do nothing about your life. Have everything done for you your whole life, It's like, yo, self-sufficiency is what's preached as something good, right? Self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, you know, things like this. And so I see that as something where it's like, that's somebody that has realized their imperfections and are trying to better that. Now the journey of getting to that is what we talk about when we say, yo, you gotta get creative now. You understand what I'm saying? I hope y'all get what I mean by this type of shit. All right. And as per the point that I was raising with the Professor Jang joint, right? When I like with his video on Dante's Hierarchy of Hell, right? That's the book he was breaking down. He was talking about family, with regards to, you know, treachery, right? Betraying things like family, and why family is up there in terms of Dante's version of the 4 most treacherous things you could do, right? As family betrayal. I was like, yo, why family? Because yo, your family is like, your family is your, basically your family is your space, right? Or a reflection of your space. It's a reflection of like where life started for you, you know, in the form of human beings, members of human beings. I'm trying to explain it, you know, for the layman term the best I can. I go, so you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the reflection of who you are. So I was only extending the whole that like your family can be obviously seen as your environment, like it's your space. It's well a reflection of that. But you being with your family, it is like an extension of who you are, right? And that's your environment. It's like your room, buddy. You know what I'm saying? How your room look, it's a reflection of you. You get what I'm trying to say? So your environment being an extension of you in that sense. You know, and I could ask anybody right now, with the idea of your environment being an extension of you, with that in mind, right? It's like, I could bet you right now, nobody can say their environment is perfect. Right? And I want you to understand what I'm trying to say with that too. I mean, there's people that can be in ditches of environment but still be happy, right? Still have the people they love around them, you know, and they still happy. They still, however they survive, you know what I'm saying? Surviving however it is that they survive. But it's hard, and it's a struggle, and it's pain, and but to them, you know, they experience love, and to them that's perfect, right? But there'll always be cracks on the, you know, in the ceiling, or on the wall, or on the ground, or on the whatever. There'll always be those kind of imperfections that you can look at and be like, yo, there's always room for improvement. I know y'all know that saying. There's always room for improvement. And with an imperfect environment, you know what I'm saying, it's like more creativity is needed for us to be this environment. You know what I'm saying? Like be sustained in this space, like be ourselves. You don't know how we finna put money together so we can survive. We finna be creative as fuck. We finna like just combine our heads, our minds, ideas, and be creative. How we gonna get this money? Right? It's not that deep. It's not like rocket science, bro. You know what I mean? Now I want to bring this aspect to you then. With us being imperfect, that's why we are creative beings. Hello? That's why you're creative. Right? That's why I'm creative. Because I've had to master a skill where it's like I've had to solve problems. I've had to use that kind of skill to solve problems. That's my creativity. And that's why my creativity is reflected in the way that it is reflected. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna say nothing deep beyond this because I don't want to lose people. Understand what I'm saying? And so with that being said, bruh, you and me were created, right? Do you believe you were created? Or you are a continuation of, I don't know, energy, soul? Do you believe you are created? No, that's the question I'm posing to y'all with that. You know what I'm saying? With all that I just said, you believe in a creator, right? You were created. So what does that say about your creator? Nah, wait, I didn't mean, it's not nothing to offend nobody. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Like, as in, did creator realize its imperfections? That's why it needed to create humankind? Which would mean the creator realized its imperfection. That's why it needed to be creative and create your elbows and knees and ears and everything like that, and your soul and your mind and your understanding, intellect, and things like that.